The threat of December tariff hikes still on the table, Larry?
Well, they're still on the table until this phase one deal is completed, or worst case, not completed. I don't want to speculate. That's up to President Trump how he's going to handle that. But the president has hinted that depending on the process of phase one, he may be willing, I say may be willing, to take a look at those tariffs. As you know, we suspended some other tariffs as a goodwill gesture and a negotiating gesture. I think that's all to the good. So I don't want to speculate on how it'll work in December 15th or later. That's all part of these negotiations that are ongoing.
I don't want to speculate either. I just want to understand what the concessions are that the U.S. administration want from the Chinese for that December tariff hike to go away. What are the specifics?
Well, again, I can't repeat the laundry list. As I say, the chapters I mentioned before are all going very, very well.
They're all going very well, but there must be something specific, Larry, that they haven't followed through on to make the threat of December tariff hikes go away. What is it?
I can't talk that way. I can't go into that kind of depth. After today's discussions between Mnuchin and Lighthizer and the Vice Premier, perhaps the Secretary or the Ambassador may wish to reveal that or not. It's not my role to do that. Remember, of course, you have these teleconference meetings. They go on for quite some time. The deputies have been meeting. But, of course, all of our trade group, the so-called Principals Trade Group, of which I'm a member, we will report to President Trump, and President Trump's going to make those final decisions.
The president makes the final call. We expect he always will. We've reported this week that some of the thornier issues to be dealt with in, say, phase two, the Chinese just won't budge on, Larry. Are you confident they will, and what gives you that confidence?
I don't want to speculate on that, Jonathan, to be honest, because the way I look at it, the fact that we're in this phase one is itself a big breakthrough. And to some extent, that was a concession by President Trump. Rather than go for the entire, what you might say, a grand slam home run, better to look at it in segments, in phases. That was a change in the president's thinking a couple of weeks ago. It was recommended to him by the Trade Principals Group, and it came from successful negotiations when the Chinese were here a couple weeks ago. My view on these things is not to try to predict long term. My view is let's stay right here and now and look at what's in front of us on the phase one agenda, which I have done my best to outline to you.
Yeah.
I don't want to speculate on the long run.